Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to make an 8-piece skirt. So here with me, I have my paper, 4 pieces of this, and then I have 4 more here, so totaling 8. So I'll be working with the first 4 pieces here. I'll assume the width of this paper to be the width of my AC skirt. That's for each piece. However you want your width to be, it's fine. For me, the least I use for 8-piece skirt is 3 yards, so I'll divide that by 8. Then whatever I have is what I will choose. So this is the width of the skirt. After that, I'm going to divide this paper into 2. That's into 2 equal half. So if this is your fabric, this is what you should be doing on your fabric. After getting the width, how wide you want each piece to be, which is this. So let's say this is 18 inches. Then you divide that into 2. That means here will be 9 and this part will also be 9. So that's just an assumption. After that, I'm going to outline my hip length and my knee length. So I will say this is my hip length and this is my knee length here. So this is the hip length and this is the knee length. Then this region is the waist. So this is, we have the waist here. Now that this is done, I'm going to now mark out my measurements on this paper. So for the waist, let's assume I'm using waist 32. I'm going to divide waist 32 by 8. So I'm dividing the waist, which is 32 by 8, and that will give me 4. That means each of these pieces will have 4 inches at the waist area. Since we have 4, I'm going to mark 2 here and 2 inches here. So let's say this is 2 inches and this is also 2 inches for the waist. Next, we have the hip. So if the hip is, let's say, 40, so that hip is 40, we'll divide 40 by 8, and that gives 5. So we have 5 for the hip. So we'll be using 5 for all of the pieces that we have. Then here at the hip length, I'm going to divide this 5 by 2, and then mark 2.5 here. We need to mark 2.5 here, and then I'm also going to mark 2.5 here. The reason I'm doing this is because I want all of the 8 pieces to have equal measurements. So that is why I'm doing this. So we have 2 here, and then we have 2.5 here. Then at the knee region here, let's say we have 34, right? So 35 divided by 8, that is 4.25. Then this 4.25, I'm going to divide by 2, and whatever I have, I will mark here. So I have 2.1 and so on. So I'm going to mark my 2.1 here, and I do the same here. After that, I'm just going to connect this. Now, when connecting, you discover what you are getting is a curved line, right? So you're just going to follow that of all the way down to this place. Then from this knee area, you're going to use a straight line to connect this point to the end of the fabric, your working line. So this is it. Now, for some people, they just go ahead and, make this just a straight line. They don't use this method that I'm using. At the end of the day, you discover that the last 4 pieces would have a smaller end than this first 4 pieces that I'm using. You can see this is already done. What we just do next is to cut this out and then move to the next part. So the next 4 pieces is where I'll be adding the seam allowance for the side. Before you cut this out, while working on your fabric, ensure you add about 0.5 inches to this area. So this is the seam allowance. So by the time you're joining this piece to the next piece, this is the allowance you'll be using up. Then if you are sewing for a short person, you can use 17 inches for the midline. That is one of the ways to weigh. And for a taller person, you can make use of 18 inches. So I'm just going this straight ahead to cut this out. And 8 pieces is coming to life gradually. Next is the other 4 piece. So this is it. I'm going to place this on next. You see what I did here? I moved this to the end because I'll be using this part for my seam allowance. Then I'll just go ahead to trace this. I leave the seam allowance for the side area. So you can make it a 1 inch, you can make it a 1.5, however you want it. So that's what you should just do. After that, I'm just going to cut this area and then this part, and our 8 pieces skirt is done. As you can see, I've gone ahead to cut out this part, and this is what we have here. So by the time you're done sewing this, all of this will be used up, and this part will be what will be left out, and you can see they all have the same measurements all through. This will be 2 at the side. This will also be 2 at the side. We have this, and we have this. So this is the 8 pieces skirt. If you are to make this straight other than curve, like if you are not going to mark your waist the way I did it, you just want it to be a straight line down. By the time you get to this area, this part will become smaller by the time you are done. You want to go by the normal way of making a skirt pattern, whereby all of the measurements you move them to the side. And like what I did here, I divided every measurement equally, all through the 8 pieces. So if you want to go by the regular skirt pattern, then this side will be shorter by the time you are done. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do that now. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video to those that it will be helpful too. And drop a comment in the section below. If you have questions, I'd like to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching.